went to Brazil on Monday, Daniel. So
He's not training, is he?
well, we're fighting in September, and we're not fighting no mug. We're fighting Anthony Joshua that could knock your head off your shoulder. So if I was him, I wouldn't rest too much.
You've done my segue for me there. But before we talk about Joshua, the fight Daniel had with Hrgović, which most people would consider the best win of his career so far.
Yeah, everyone said he was going to lose that fight, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hrgović is really, really good.
I predicted Hrgović would win.
He's really good, but Daniel's special. I'm a special person, and he's my child. He carries my spirit, and what they witness is spiritual.
It just made me think of something there, right? Because on the surface, you've got you, Daniel's father, and you've got Big John Fury, who's Tyson Fury's father. Now, you seem very different. And he certainly expresses himself in more coarse language than you have today. But there does seem to be a real belief in your children and that you've got something otherworldly or spiritual about you.
Yeah, 100%. I know that's what it is.
Do you see a bit of yourself in John Fury?
100%. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're just from two different cultures, but there's definitely similarities there.
And the Hrgović fight, you were a lot more visible than you have been in the past around Daniel's corner.
Yeah.
And we were told, you'll tell us if this is true or not, that Frank Warren had actually asked you to be more involved.
Well, that's the best thing he's ever done, to be honest, Frank.
This is a man who's recovered from a shooting as well. So yeah. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Because he's helped me a lot by putting me in that corner because he helped me to deal with my fears.
Yeah.
And by dealing with my fears, it's elevated Daniel as well.
Does he feel more secure with you in the corner, do you think?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
And you say it's helped you by eliminating your fears.
Yeah, because I don't like watching him get punched in the face.
But now you're watching him from closer up.
And the fear of losing as well. I had all these anxieties. But when Frank brought me in the corner, it sort of just went away. So, brilliant.
How involved are you between rounds in telling Daniel what to do and stuff?
Quite involved, yeah.
Is there anything particular that you could share with us that you told him during the Hrgović fight that helped or that...
I told him to stay on his toes and use the jab and get the double jab working because he was getting hit quite easily because he was trying to go in with the right hand. But once he started to use the double jab and work off the double jab, he wasn't so easy to get hit.
And that's interesting because that's almost identical to what the commentators were saying. You wouldn't know that because you were there, but on TV they were saying almost exactly the same thing.
Was it?
Yeah, that the double jab was incredibly important.
That's what I was saying, and it worked.
Yeah, amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So onwards and upwards. You mentioned September 21st, I think it is, Wembley Stadium, Anthony Joshua. I don't think it's quite over the line yet or signed, but it looks likely.
Yeah, it looks likely. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to go on.
As a boxing fan and someone who follows boxing, outside of Daniel, how impressed have you been with the story of Anthony Joshua and what he's achieved?
I think I've been very impressed. I've been very impressed. And I like Anthony. There's just something quite pleasant about him. It seems that way, and I hope it is that way. He seems like a very pleasant person.
Have you met him? Have you had any?
I've met him in the past. When him and Daniel shared a flat together in Sheffield when they were on the England team. And they've sparred a number of rounds together as with him and Fraser Clark. As Fraser Clark said, Daniel's put him on his arse a few times.
He said that on SecondsOut on our channel.
Did he? All right.
Yesterday.
And he's done the same with everyone.
Yeah, he told my colleague Eamon Khan in Loughborough.
He's done that. Daniel's a powerful guy. You know what I mean?
Were you there for any of those sparring sessions?
No, he phoned me up when he sparred Anthony and he done something to Anthony and he said, like, I've wobbled him or something of that nature and he hurt him. And I said, and then Robert McCracken put it out that it was someone else that did it. Maybe he didn't want no promoters to approach Daniel, so he put it out that it was
very likely because he was a key part of the GB setup at the time. Yeah,
so he put it out that it was a colleague that did it, and I just started phoning everyone up and saying it was Daniel.
You love blowing your own cover.
Yeah, I do. I always blow my own cover. I always tell the truth, and the truth shall set me free.
You didn't feel that you didn't feel that Daniel should fight Joe Joyce at the time that he
No,
did.
I didn't. No, I thought I was fearful because he was born in September, and I know how tough September people are.
Now,
just like Lennox Lewis, he was born in September.
Well, I can't say I prepared for this interview by finding out which month Anthony Joshua was born in, unfortunately.
October, I think.
Okay. Phew. But do you go into this one, if it does happen, with confidence? Is this the right time?
Oh, yeah. Daniel's going to win this.
Why are you so... I know you're a very spiritual man, but try and give the non-spiritual people some faith in...
Yeah, Daniel. I think Daniel's... the time is... It's all about timing, and I think the time is right. He's maturing. He's getting stronger within himself, and he's knowing himself a lot better. And he's just going to knock him out.
Is it the right time in terms of Joshua as well, in that maybe he's not the force he was?
Yeah, well, Joshua, everything with a beginning has to have an end. And it's who ends it, really. I think it was written that Daniel will end it. Daniel in the Lion's Den, never forget.
And is that the Lion's Den? Is Wembley Stadium then the Lion's Den?
Sorry?
Is Wembley Stadium the Lion's Den?
Wembley Stadium will be the Lion's Den. He won't get it. He'll be doing a lot of hurting and a lot of eating.
How important do you think you'll be in your presence in the corner for this fight?
Where few are gathered, the presence of the Lord is there. And as long as he's there, we'll be okay.
Even if you're not there? I assume you are going to be there.
yeah, I will be there.
Just checking. Now, you said you not only trained your kids, but you've homeschooled them as well.
Yeah.
How equipped do you feel Daniel is, and the rest of your kids, for life after boxing? It won't be for a while, but how equipped do you feel they are for that?
They're equipped. They're equipped. We all are equipped, you know. We have to survive. Human beings just find a way to survive. There's many people in the world that's in a bad situation, and they find a way to survive, you know. So they're in a better position, I would say.
What do you see Daniel doing? I mean, he might never have to work again, but, you know, what would you see him doing to fill his time when boxing's done?
Selling posters.
Really? You said he wasn't a natural market trader, I mean.
Well, we're not doing markets anymore. Yeah. We've elevated from that now. That was...
All right, well, fair enough. You said you've raised two families really now.
Yeah, I've raised two families.
Been very successful.
Maybe three.
Yeah, three. Been very successful from a business perspective.
Yeah.
What goals do you still have left in life?
I've got a young boy who's 11. I've got to stay alive for him to strive.
What have you got specific goals for your children?
Yeah, I want Solomon to do great things. And my daughter sings and she writes music. Jadine, and she runs the old ship. And Solomon is the next one coming through in the boxing world. He's a very good boxer, and, you know, he's got a lot of skills. He does a lot of things. And I suppose he's seeing everything now through the eyes of his brother and his sister. And it could only help him, you know. He speaks Chinese fluently and he's doing really well.
Why Chinese, just out of interest?
I wanted him to go and fight in China and speak to the Chinese, because once you can speak the language, they embrace you. And there's a lot of people to embrace him out there. It's the biggest population in the world.
It's forward thinking, yeah. I like it.
So we're going to sell a lot of tickets.
Daniel famously said of Solomon... Sorry. Daniel famously said of Solomon that he's the best of all of you, boxing-wise. Would you go along with that? Is he the best?
I would say so, with his confidence he has, as long as he keeps on training hard and I don't slip.
He was training when we arrived, so I mean, that's a good sign.
Because I had him in the gym, but sometimes I'm 63, I have to force myself a bit, you know what I mean? Yeah, because if I don't go, they ain't going.
Okay, makes sense.